Lumedx EP Module, Finalizing a Structured Report for an EP Procedure. Prior to watching this training video, you should have already completed the Apollo LX navigation video training, and you should understand the following. 1. Know the different icons in Apollo LX. 2. Know how to find your patient in different modules in Apollo LX. 3. Know how to navigate through a workflow to edit or add data. The objectives of this training video are the following. 1. How to find your patient. 2. Viewing and finalizing the procedure log report. 3. Documenting your procedure technique. 4. Documenting the physician summary, which includes final diagnosis, summary, plan of care, and complications. And then finally, viewing and finalizing the structured report. To begin, go to the Lumedx CVIS folder under My Apps, and then you will click on the icon labeled Lumedx. If you are on a workstation at the hospital, this Lumedx icon will be displayed on your desktop. When the login window appears, enter your network ID and password in the username and password fields. How to find your patient. Once you are logged into Apollo LX, go to the EP module under the Filters pane. Click on the My Patients Not Finalized filter. This list will show you all patients where you have been assigned as the electrophysiologist. Carefully choose the patient from the list. Verify the first name, the last name, and the date of birth. Double-click on the patient whose report you would like to edit. Viewing and finalizing the procedure log report. When the workflow first opens, the first thing you will want to do is to finalize the procedure log report. To do this, you will click on the Reports icon on the toolbar. At the top of the window, you should see the EP Procedure Log Report with the date of the procedure you just performed and the status as approved. This means that the nurse or monitor has signed the report and it's ready for you to review and finalize. Click the View icon and the report will open in Microsoft Word. Once you have reviewed the report and agree with all the information, close Microsoft Word by clicking the X in the top of your window and then selecting the drop-down under the Status column and picking Final. You will be prompted for your password. Enter your network password to finalize the report. Documenting the procedure technique. As a physician, you will be focused on two main tabs in the EP workflow. They both begin with the word physician. The Physician Technique tab is where you will go to document your technique for the procedure. There are enterprise pick lists that have already been developed for each type of procedure. However, you will still have the ability to free text additional information. On this tab, you will see separate boxes for each type of procedure, such as an EP study, an implant, or a tilt table technique. This procedure was an implant, so I will be documenting the technique under the Implant Technique box. When you click on the Pick List drop-down, a window will appear listing all of the techniques. I will select a complete ICD. Once I have my pick list selected, I will click the Run button at the top of the screen. As you can see, a lot of the data in the sentences are already pre-filled. These are the default values selected by the enterprise. However, they can be edited by clicking in the box and changing the value. I will review the information and fill in additional drop-downs that are blank. Once I am complete with the documentation, I will click the OK button. Your technique is now listed in the main box of the workflow. You can put your cursor in any area in the box to add additional information for free texting. In addition, I can highlight any section that I would like to delete. At the top of the Physician Technique screen, you will also have a section to document the history of the patient. You can put your cursor in the box to begin typing, or you can select the pre-built pick list. This works the same way as the technique. I will highlight the pick list to move over and click the Run button. You can see the age and gender of the patient are already complete. I will click on the 3 ellipses to select any history associated with this patient. As I double-click to move items over, they will be generated in my history statement. When I am done, I will click the OK button and then click OK again. This will generate a nice history statement on your physician report. Documenting the physician summary. The second tab you will be working in is the Physician Summary tab. The first thing you will document is the final diagnosis of the patient. You can find diagnoses by looking up the description or the ICD-10 code. Click in the box of the way you would like to search, either by description or by code. I'm going to demonstrate by searching by description. You will begin typing in the box and you can see my list is then filtered to what I am entering. I will select dilated cardiomyopathy as my diagnosis. If I would like to add an additional diagnosis, I will click the plus sign at the bottom of the grid and then again select the drop-down in the box of the way that I would like to search. I will then select chronic systolic heart failure. If I have accidentally selected the wrong ICD, I can simply click off the box and then select the X to the left-hand side of the row I would like to delete. Next, you'll be required to enter in the procedures performed during the case. The procedures performed work in the same way that the ICD codes worked. You can put your cursor either in the CPT code or in the CPT name for searching capabilities. I will demonstrate by using the code. I will click in the box and begin typing in my CPT code. I will select it, and then I'm going to click the plus sign to add a second procedure. I'll click on my record, and now my procedures are complete. The next section on the Physician Summary tab is the Study Summary. This section uses pick lists to help generate simple sentences to show at the top of the physician report. I will demonstrate by selecting a few. The pick lists work the same way as in the History and Technique section. So when you move one over, you'll select the Run button, click the drop-downs to fill in your sentence. In addition, you can also free text directly in the box. The next section is the Plan of Care. This should be documented for the physician report. Again, pick lists are used and pre-built For easy sentence structure, I will select 2 as an example. When I select my Run button, the sentences are generated. I will be presented with a series of drop-downs, free text box, and in this case, an ellipse that gives me a multi-selection window to choose from. And again, you can free text within this box. The last section are the complications. By default, none noted acutely is defaulted for the physician report. However, if any complications did occur during the procedure, you would document them by selecting them within the drop-down window. Once you are done documenting all of your information, make sure you click the Save button at the top of your screen. Viewing and finalizing the physician structured report. Once you have completed your data entry on the Physician Technique and the Physician Summary tab, and you have saved all of your data, you should be ready to finalize the physician report. Click on the Reports icon on the toolbar. Next, you will want to go to the bottom to click the plus sign next to the EP Physician Report document. Once that report is created, it will appear at the top of your screen. Click the View icon to the right of the EP Physician Report to ensure all your data is accurate and correct. Once you agree with all of the information, close the Microsoft Word document and click the drop-down under the status box and select Final. You will be prompted for your user ID and password. Enter your network ID and password to finalize the physician report. As a tip, never edit any data in the Microsoft Word document. Data entered here is not saved to the database and will not appear in the final physician report. Once the report is finalized, you can no longer edit the report. You will need to create an amended report. Please watch the video, Lumedx Amending Physician Reports.